In this video, we'll make the wheel to the Automoblox car, a simplified version of the wheel. So in Inventor, we're going to start a new part file. And notice on this wheel, the only diameter of the circle that we know is this inner circle. And we know that that circle has a diameter. It's actually this circle here. It has a diameter of 0.440. So we'll actually make that circle first and then use our offset tool to make all of these other circles, and it will go very quickly. So I've started a new part file, so I want to start a sketch on my XY plane, and I'll choose the circle tool, and I'll start at the origin and make my circle 0.440. And that's my first circle. That's this circle here. So now I need to make this inside circle, and that circle is offset 0.05. So I'll use my offset tool and I'll offset this circle 0.05. And that's my inside circle. Now I'm ready to make my outside two circles, and I know that this one is offset from this one 0.35, and then we'll offset the last one 0.05. So I need to again use my offset tool. I'm going to offset from this one 0.35, and then I'm going to offset again from this one 0.05. Okay, now I have my wheel drawn, and that was very easy to do. So now we need to extrude. Notice we don't want to extrude the inside. We only want to extrude the rim and where the axle would go. So that's the biggest thing that we have to be careful of here. So go ahead and click Finish Sketch. And when you extrude, just be very careful about what you highlight. It's really hard to tell, but as I'm mousing over this, it's kind of changing colors there. I only want to extrude this part here. So I'm going to extrude that. And I probably should actually do this one first so we can see better. So I actually want to extrude this one, and I want to extrude this one. So both of those rings need to get extruded, and they need to get extruded 0.57. So we'll change this distance to 0.57. So that's the basic shape of my wheel. The next thing I need to create is this part here, and I will be extruding that 0.05, and then I'll create this circular pattern that will actually put holes in that to make it look more like a hubcap. Okay, so let's create this part next. So what I want to do is start a 2D sketch right on this surface, and we actually want to project our geometry, and we want to project this geometry also. So remember, when we project geometry, that's just creating that same drawing that we already did onto that surface. So I'll go ahead and click Finish Sketch, and this time what I want to extrude is actually the inside parts this time, and we're going to extrude that 0.05. So I'll hit Extrude, but instead of choosing the outer rim, I'm actually going to choose this inner rim, and I also want to choose this one. That's the outer rim of that inside circle. I don't want to extrude it that far. I only want to extrude it 0.05. And that has created this part right here. I'm going to run through that one more time just so you can see what I did. When I extruded that, when you choose what you want to extrude on this one, we're not going to choose the outer rim. We're choosing this inner rim, and then we're choosing that one. So that will extrude both of those 0.05. Okay, now the last thing that we have to do is create the circles right here, these half circles, and those have a radius of 0.25, which means their diameter is actually going to be 0.50. So I'll create those next. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch right on this surface, and what I want to do is create a circle. Now when I create this circle, I want to make sure that I'm right on the line, and I'll create a circle of 0.50 because the radius is 0.25, but the diameter would be double that, which is 0.5. Now obviously I don't want that whole circle, I only want from here to here, and the way I can get rid of this other part is to use a tool called trim. So I'm going to use the trim tool, and then I'll just click the part that I want to get rid of, and so it's gotten rid of that top part for me. Now very rarely do I extrude before I finish the sketch, but I'm going to do that when I want to copy the same piece, because that piece is going to get copied 4 more times. So you'll want to extrude before you finish the sketch, because we're going to copy both the extrusion and the drawing. So I haven't clicked finish sketch, notice over here. I went ahead and clicked 3D model, clicked extrude, and I want to extrude what I just did, but I want to make it a hole, so I'm going to extrude it in, and I'm going to go ahead and say to all, so I make sure it really does make a hole, and then I'll hit OK. So we want to copy that hole all the way around. So we can use a tool that's called circular pattern, and it's still on this 3D model tab, and it's over here. We used the rectangular pattern when we made the windshield, the little tabs on the windshield. So now we're going to make a circular pattern. So I'm going to click that, and notice that my first arrow that's highlighted is feature. So they want me to choose what feature I want to make a circular pattern of, and it's going to be this half circle. So I'm going to click that. The next thing I need to click is the rotation axis. So I want this circle to be rotated around this axis right here. So I'm going to click that, and then next I just tell it how many times to place that circle. So including the one that's already there, it needs to be placed 5 times, which makes 4 other circles. And then I'll hit OK, and it copied both the extrusion and the circle. So now I can go ahead and my sketch is now finished, and so now my wheel is totally finished.